Hi, my name is Madison Kelley, and I am the author of a book about the experience of life in your 20s. This book explores all of the aspects of growing up, from first heartbreaks to first loves to first jobs, and ultimately finding your purpose. This book in particular is very special to me. Some of these poems in this collection have been with me since 2014. Like a childhood teddy bear, they are there with you through tears, through joy, through struggle, and that's exactly how this collection of poetry has been for me. They're the beginning of my youth and the beginning of a new chapter. In this collection of poetry, you guys get to experience poetry from my perspective. And to be honest, I always felt that poetry was never for the masses. I read it in high school. I didn't find any of it very interesting. In fact, I found the majority of it very confusing, until I realized that I was actually the one writing poetry. What I hope to demonstrate is that with this collection, poetry can be read in very much the same way as any book can be read, with a clear beginning, middle, and end, and an interesting story woven through all of those things, connecting it to a larger theme. I believe that my collection of poetry is different from those, at least that I've experienced in the past, because my tone is very conversational. I always had felt that when reading poetry before, it took a lot of effort to understand. Poetry is beautiful because there are layers that you have to unpack and peel away in order to get to the core of the poem itself. So while I have some of those aspects of peeling back the layers, at the end of the day, these poems are the conversation that I have with myself in order to work through the problems and the struggles that I'm going through. I wanted to pay homage to my musical inspiration, as music played a huge role in the making of this book. So this collection will read very much in the same way that you would listen to an album. The beginning is tumultuous and it's an emotional storm, and once you've sort of weathered that, you'll find that you're in a healthy place to accept yourself and then maybe a lover. So in part 2, it will represent the waves of love. In part 3, you will set out headstrong on your life path independently, as comes a time when you're young and you've experienced love for the first time, that you must venture out on your own and figure out what's next in your life. That feeling of embarking on the journey is part 3, the Halcyon. My greatest hope for this book is that people will find a lot of these characters and the poems themselves relatable, that they will be moved and inspired by the words written on the page just as much as they've helped me through countless struggles and onto the new chapter of my life. You will love this book if you are also starting a new chapter, if you like to travel, if you like just a little bit of magic in your life, if you've braved the emotional storm of your early 20s to emerge settled onto the landscape of your mid-20s to your late 30s. My name is Madison Kelley, and I am the author of What I Gave You.